Hi, Linda. How you doing?
Good. Paul, how are you? Doing good.
I'm yeah, I'm doing great, but amnesia is setting in. I can never remember what your various channels are. You're checking convictions, but you've also got the chat that you do with Pete and Becca.
Yep, Brendan Talks. That's the
Brendan
other channel.
talks.
Yep,
That's
yep,
right. Yeah, yep,
yep.
yep, yep. But I
Brendan
mean,
named that channel.
sorry.
Brendan named the channel himself.
All right, excellent,
Yeah,
excellent.
yeah.
So you had a how did that come about? Sorry, tell me about that.
Um, it was I was sitting around and I was looking at all the support that Steven gets on the videos, and I was thinking about the dude and how much that really, yeah, right there, how much he really, really was an advocate for Brendan, and
Yeah,
that's what got him involved in it totally. And I didn't see any platform that was just Brendan,
yeah.
just talking about Brendan, even though his case isn't moving. There's still a man growing and
Mm,
still living in prison. And I got to thinking about all that, and I thought, I'm going to start doing strictly Brendan.
yeah.
So I started out on my channel. Of course, I asked Becca if she would be my partner. And I started out on my channel, and then I said, let's make a channel just for Brendan. It's not out there. So we were talking, we were flipping around names, and we wanted Brendan to be a part of it. And
Mhm.
since Becca is in contact with
Yep.
Brendan, she wrote to him and gave him a couple names, and he picked the name, and there was born Brendan Talks. And then shortly after that was the Discord, which is doing really good too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all Brendan. It's all about Brendan, Be Brendan Brave campaigns, about Tracy Keogh's campaigns. It's just all Brendan. And I'm happy to be the first one to do that. And I did it basically in Eric Hosey's name because he was for Brendan. And I think he would be very proud that somebody's out there doing that for him.
But you were
So
saying that
that's where,
that
yeah.
Brendan actually named it Brendan Talks.
Yes, he did.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a
Fantastic.
lot. He has a lot of say about what goes on in
Yeah.
our channel, and of course, now that we've got family that joined, Pete's just a part of the channel,
Yeah.
and he brings his various characters with him. So the Birdman, the Disco Man, the Moose. So it's just really nice to have family there, and also I can take credit, and Becca
Yeah.
can take credit for having Barb on our channel, who's never been on YouTube before.
Yeah.
So
Brilliant.
to me, it's showing strength of family, and just being positive and knowing that Brendan was a kid growing up in prison, and to start looking at just what it's like for him and how we can brighten his days. That's
Yeah.
basically what it is. I've been told it's called rainbows and unicorns, but I'll take that with pride. So yeah.
Excellent. But let's step back though, because when you first started doing your YouTube channel, it was under Linda K Listening.
No, it was under Jello shots for about a month or
Was it?
two. Yeah,
And
yeah.
what exactly are Jello shots?
It's Jello with minus the water and put in the booze.
And did my wife try quite a few of them at the rally house?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they were gone the first night. Yeah, they were good. So yeah, we had a good time with them. But yeah, then it changed to Linda K Listening, and that was based on I'm not a document reader, or even though I do read them, but not for me to get up here and discuss them. I left that for you guys who are very good at it, and the information goes out. You, Eric Hosey, Andrew Whitehead at the time, Millbilly, all of you
Yeah.
guys do the documents and pick them apart and do that. And I'm just not good at that. But I'm good at talking, and I'm good at talking to people, and I'm good at listening to people.
Yeah.
So I thought I'm going to interview everybody that researches, that tweets, anybody who's involved in the case. So that's where Linda K Listening came from. So yeah.
Yep. I
That
mean,
was,
you actually beat me to it. I got in touch with Professor Ed Stafford, who has started his Criminal Justice Natters channel, and I said to him, would you like to come on my YouTube channel for a chat? And he said, yeah, I'll be yeah, busy until the end of the month. And then the next thing I know, Linda's straight in there. Well done. Nice
Yeah.
fella. Nice fella.
He's wonderful. I've been
Yeah,
in contact with him since, and I suggest who is heavy in the community, and he's been interviewing. We just did Sandra Lean.
exactly.
I suggested to him that maybe he would do Daniel Holtzclaw,
Hmm.
so I gave him some links for that too.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's
yeah,
a kind of
yep.
working relationship between us.
Absolutely.
I email him often.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's great how the community sort of grows. And, yes, to a certain extent, you will end up spending more time with one particular person, or, with one channel. Uh, you know, uh,
yeah,
but we are all one big community. And as
yeah.
far as keep talking till they're walking, we've now got, I think we've now got 10 studios, so we're going to have to extend it slightly. And finishing off will be Johnny Jack Ripper. Um, and
Yeah.
I must give credit to Jerome, because it was Jerome that said, you've been in touch with Johnny Jack? And I thought,
Yeah,
hold on a sec. I was in touch with him a while back,
you're
after
right.
last year's MAM. But of course, the reason why he started
Hmm.
was because of Johnny Jack. So
Yep.
Johnny Jack finished off last year's marathon. So I thought, yeah, that's great. So we've actually got now,
Fantastic.
we've got 10 studios, and we've got 14 hours.
Good.
So it's grown a little bit.
Grown a little.
Trying to fit everything in is great fun. It's great fun trying to sort everything out. It's absolutely brilliant.
I'm glad you can say that, because, as you
It's
know, in the past, it's not been all that great of fun, when last minute changes, and you got to be ready for it. You do.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
just the way it is. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And as I say, unfortunately, there's going to be one or two people that are going to have, like, we're going to have like a pre-recorded one that we can then slot in. I was really hoping
still
that
good stuff.
yeah, I was really hoping
Still
to get
good stuff.
Mark Godsley on live, but he's going to be busy. So yeah, I'm going to record something. But yeah, it's looking really good. I mean, carrying on then from Linda Kay listening, and you were saying about the fact that you're not really much for looking at the documents. You'd rather get people in that have looked at the documents. But I know
Mhm.
that you've been a huge, huge supporter of Eagle Nation Cycles.
Yeah, that is
Yep.
a case that Eric Ozzie turned me on
Yep.
to when we went to the rally. I went there, I met them. I love them people. They're so real, so honest. And what's happened there is a tragedy. I
Yep.
mean, it's downright. I just blows my mind that the state has done what they've done to him, and that a man lost his life, and they were really a good pillar in that community. So yeah, I have a very big heart for that group of people, and I will continue anytime something happens. Like, I just came back from there a couple months ago
Yes.
doing a live, and I was there a total of a half an hour doing
Yeah.
my thing, and then coming home, and I traveled 5 hours, but
Yeah.
it's worth it to me,
Yeah.
because it's getting the word out, and it's trying to show just how Wisconsin really doesn't just have the Avery case. There's so many other cases of corruption there,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it, whereby, yeah, we got drawn into making a murderer. We've since discovered other cases of wrongful convictions, but then there's something like the Michael Funk case, where it's not just it's not a wrongful conviction. It's just pure and simply evil injustice.
Right.
It's
Wrong.
injustice perpetrated by people, just for the sake that they're allowed to be evil. That they can be evil, therefore they are evil.
Immunity at its best.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
you
yeah,
immunity at its best, which I consider the worst.
yeah,
But if you want to look at what immunity gets you, it'll get you a dead person
yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
They are able to do whatever they want, and the state backs them on it. And I find that so unfair and so wrong.
Well,
But
I mean,
yeah,
the bottom line is that tragic though George Floyd was, and that
Mm-hmm.
Derek Chauvin needs to be prosecuted,
Mhm.
as far as the system can go. We've got just as horrific footage of somebody being shot in cold blood,
Yep.
and the police department saying straight afterwards, well, he was given a warning, he was told to stop, he was
They
told to drop
lied.
the gun. No, he came out the building, he was hiding behind, he'd been shot at, he's about
Yep.
to turn and run, and he gets 19 bullets put in him.
Yeah. The last one was because he moved.
The only reason he was moving was because he was being hit by so many bullets.
Exactly. There was no warning. They did lie to the
Yeah,
community
yeah.
about that, and they got away with it. Now, see, I live in
Well,
Minnesota where Chauvin's or George Floyd's going on, so
yeah,
I'm right here in the mix of it.
yeah,
Although we do have this kind of thing going on, we also the police are accountable. They're going to be accountable
yeah,
for their actions here. We
yeah,
we don't have that blanket over the police. I don't know so much about the DAs and the judges and that kind of stuff. I haven't really looked into it, but somehow there's some kind of justice with them being put in front of a court and having their everything put out and being judged and then being convicted. I am very proud we do that. I don't think we do it in a fast enough, or maybe sometimes not the right way,
mhm,
but it is changing. So
yeah,
at least we're trying to change that. And I don't give them any. I don't. He has no right to have died that way. That cop was completely out of line.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but I am happy that our justice system here is trying to work towards no immunity, nobody above the law. That's pretty much what we're trying to work on
Oh,
here. So
absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
mm,
yeah, yeah. Um, so I think what we were talking about, the joys of putting together a schedule, and it is a pleasure. And initially, I got you sort of penciled in for 3 o'clock, but perhaps we might see you later on in the evening, maybe around about the sort of 8 o'clock time. But as I
yeah,
say,
sure.
everything's up in the air a little bit at the moment. But we'll have you on. But one final question: are we going to get Wanda?
You know what? I could make I could make that happen. She is a
That would
lot of
be
fun.
that would be good. That
She
would
is
be
a lot
good.
of fun.
Yeah,
I might be able to get her to stop by because she is living here now, so it's a little closer. But yeah, yeah, she's
excellent.
my friend.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's a darling. I remember
yeah.
I remember when I first turned up at the rally house, and I'm thinking, hmm, have I missed somebody? I'm thinking of all the people that I know. I've not seen you.
I've never
And
seen
and
you
this
before.
and she's only about 5'3", 5'4".
She's 4'8".
Is she?
She's
Yeah. And she was carrying these big heavy boxes in, of Jello shots and stuff. And I'm
yeah,
thinking, is are you somehow hired by Linda to shift stuff out the car? And
yeah,
then and then
she's a lot.
then of course we got chatting, and we had a few drinks, and
Yeah.
we had a
She
great time.
absolutely adores your wife. She thinks
Oh,
that
yeah.
Eunice is just oh my gosh, she loves you guys to death. She
Yeah,
does.
yeah. Well,
That
the
shows
feeling's
right down.
mutual with you and
Yeah,
you and Wanda.
yeah, it was fun.
Yep, it was
A
indeed.
lot of fun.
Yep.
But yeah,
Um,
I'm willing to be flown in and drop down on whatever slot you need, and I'll be there. And hopefully, we'll be talking. Well, of course, we'll be talking about the dude and
yeah,
the case and a lot of injustices. So yeah, it's
yeah,
going to be a well-rounded, very nice memorial or whatever a tribute to our Eric Cozy, who he's the one that got my face in front of this because I would never have been doing this. And like I said, I don't do what you guys do, but I do something important because those people that are researching are important people. So that's how I feel about that. And he said, Linda, you just keep doing what you're doing. I'm doing
absolutely.
what I'm doing.
Absolutely. It's,
Yeah,
wouldn't it be hellishly boring if A, we all thought the same, B, we
yeah,
all looked the same,
yeah,
and we all talk the same, and we all did the same things.
right,
That's not how we are. We're all
right.
individual. I mean, the dude had his particular style. You can't copy that style. it
No,
was it was a it was a style that endeared himself to, I mean, what's he up to, about seven and a half thousand subscribers
yeah,
and over two
yeah,
million views. He was the
yeah,
black belt. He was the one that sort of inspired lots of other people to, You know,
Right.
I
He
mean,
did.
we had the Wrecking Crew. Before that, we had Cozy Heads. Is that right?
Yeah, cozy heads. Yeah.
Cozy Heads,
That
Wrecking
was
Crew.
hangout days,
Yeah,
Yeah.
hangouts. Yeah, yep, yep.
Yeah.
The other one it would be nice to see, but I don't know if she's around much anymore. Would be Ali Apperson, of course.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
talk to her occasionally. She's
Well,
really far removed from the case, but you never know. I mean,
yeah,
she might, who knows? I mean, I'd love to see her and I
yeah,
do talk to her, but not a lot. And she is doing her own thing with, her own life. So I don't, she's just
yeah,
kind of taking herself away from the case for a little bit. Not
yeah,
that she doesn't support, she does,
yeah.
but she's just not digging into it like she did.
Oh, I remember once listening to some of because Ali would sometimes do like 8 hours nonstop, wouldn't she?
Oh yeah,
And
she was the mamathon girl.
yes,
She's the one that, yeah, her, Denise, me, and Allie, and then Tracy joined us, and that's how
mm,
Mamathon was born. Was with us four. So it was like, bam, She goes, "You guys gave me an idea," and it just ran from there. Yeah, we
yeah,
used to have great. Oh, it was a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of joking around, but we did talk about the case too. But it was a lot of fun. Those days were really good.
yeah,
I loved them.
yeah, yeah. I think you've got to have a certain amount of humor, and certainly you've got to have. Well, I, it's not a case of you've got to have. You naturally engender, this sort of friendship, don't you?
Yeah,
Camaraderie.
yeah, yeah.
It's just a byproduct of coming together, talking about the case, and changing thoughts and opinions,
Right.
and yeah, having a good laugh. I mean, look, I mean, how much of a laugh have we had over the Captain Crunch stuff? I mean,
Oh my gosh.
that's just ridiculous. I
That's
mean, it's
just a joke that keeps giving and giving.
it,
And then, yeah, I've met some wonderful people that I have never met in person, but consider very good friends.
yeah,
And that it is because we join a mutual, mindset on
yep,
injustice. We want to see the right thing happen.
yeah,
So, it kind of boggles my mind when people argue and fight, but that's like kids. We argue and fight, move on and keep on the path. That's all you got to
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next Sunday.
I am too.
One other thing that I gave Mark Hodden a task, and that is that because obviously himself and Auntie Sherry and
Oh yeah. Foundation.
yeah, the Dudes Foundation, because that was
Mhm.
set up, and Greg Smith. Um, I've asked him to do a little video, just a little 5-minute video, talk or even shorter, talking about the foundation and how people can contribute to it, because that's one of the
Yeah.
things obviously that we're going to try and do is to raise some funds. I mean, that when that first marathon raised nearly $6,000, I was gobsmacked.
The second one raised more, and we didn't even ask
Wow.
by the first day.
I don't know any figures for that. You see,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was keeping a track of the figures on the first one, but and that was only the four of us, and was that over 24 hours as well? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
was over 24 hours as well, because that
Mhm.
was his bright idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tracy says, we'll do a 24-hour. Him, no, we'll make it
48
48 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, yeah, yeah. I don't think a lot of us slept that first one. And the second one, I
Well,
know I didn't sleep because I was on it. But I was really surprised by the first day that there was more donations without even asking
yeah,
than there was for
yeah.
that whole last one. So people are very giving, and hopefully Mark can make a video and we'll
We can all
get
share
people
it.
in
Yeah,
on this because it is in Richard's name and it is something that he believed in, that everybody should have a voice.
yeah,
And some people are just afraid to do it, and they might need that step. And there you go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So finally, did I establish what the name of the channel that you've got is now?
It is checking convictions.
Check and
And
conviction.
I do believe it fits, and I do believe it's
Yeah,
staying.
yeah, and it's also Brendan Talks.
And Brendan Talks is
Yeah.
the other channel. Yeah.
So you are Linda. You are Studio 3. in our
Thank
big
you.
complex, in our big TV studios. You. By the way, you've got the one with the private bar. Okay, it's full of Jello
Oh,
shots.
thank you.
Full of
I
Jello
was
shots.
Jello shots.
I've got the dude's old place. It's full of whiskey.
There you go. I'm not a whiskey drinker, but a Jello shot's good.
Right.
Great. I'm looking forward to it, Paul. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
me too. Okay. Catch you soon, Linda.
Okay.
Cheers
Bye-bye.
then. Yeah, bye for now. Bye bye.